This story I'm going to be giving you is so upsetting. It's about Zion Williamson, and we should be talking about his prodigious athletic ability, his extreme strength, the strength of a Charles Barkley, the quickness of a Michael Jordan, his ability to elevate, his soft, feathery touch. He's hard to guard, partly because he's left handed, but mostly because he's just a great player. Seems to be just a wonderful human being, gets along well with teammates. His coaches rave about him. And I wish we could be just doing a piece on him and how exciting he's going to help make the NBA be. Instead, we're focusing on a negative story that really is upsetting to me, and it involves a guy named Michael Avenatti, who should be in prison already, peripherally involved in the Russian collusion delusion situation. And this is not about politics, but this despot rears his ugly head with Nike in a $35,000 alleged payment to Zion Williamson product endorsements when he was in high school. Now, what kid even knows NCAA rules at that point? And here's what I wonder. Is the NCAA going to get a whiff of this? And are they going to go back and strip Duke of their wins? And they're going to punish Duke and tarnish the school's reputation? And for what? Because club ball is cesspool? Because AAU people are out of control? There used to be a day when the high school coach was the end-all be-all in a kid's recruitment. And recruiters really had to do their job there. They couldn't go to these single-placed events like Houston and Vegas and see all these kids play. They had to actually seek out game film and then go in person, go to the high school gym. They don't do that now until they've seen the kid play several times on the club circuit, making the high school coach almost irrelevant. And ask any long-term high school coaches, how less coachable are the kids today because of club ball? There's very little instruction that goes on. Oh, some club coaches do, yes, some are excellent, but most no. And these kids think they get better by playing 50 games in the summer instead of being instructed on how to block out, how to dive for a loose ball and proper shooting form. They're not getting that. So American kids have had the gap closed on them by the rest of the world, whose kids do focus on fundamentals, and they're not locked into this ridiculous AAU club ball nonsense where they charge the parents an arm and a leg and make fake promises. I was talking to a club coach the other day, and he said to me something just so outrageous. We have 15 kids in our program, and we think 13 of them are Division I players. Well, I'm in Arizona, folks, and I don't think there's 13 Division I players in the entire state. But this is the nonsense, the false promises that these club coaches make to these parents to get them to fork over their hard-earned cash for many of the times that the returns are not offered, even when the kids work hard. And so now we see this scandal that could be coming to the forefront. Also involves ex-Indiana star Romeo Langford, too. This is the same kind of deal. I mean, payments, what was it, $35,000 for Williamson, $20,000 for Langford. They were discovered in terms of text messages that were leaked. I don't blame the kids. And I don't even blame the parents. Here's where the fault lies. Let me get down to the bottom line here. The real problem is this. The NCAA has not controlled club ball. Make rules against it. Make rules against certain things that these clubs do. Return the power of the sports back to the high school coaches, or keep suffering through what you're learning about now. How about all the scandals where we'll sign you up for an agent and we'll pay your mom $10,000 or $100,000 scandals that affected schools like the U of A, and we could go right on down the line. Cheating, and at the heart of it is club ball, AAU, and financial interests associated with club ball, including the tennis shoes companies and so forth. So if the NCAA truly wants to clean up college athletics, don't punish people after the fact. Put strict regulations in there about how kids can compete in club and put severe limitations on that participation. If you do that, you'll cut out 90% of this stuff. And you got to do it for the good of the sport. Otherwise, let me just tell you this. Why don't we just do away with high school sports and do what they do in Europe and have nothing but club sports? Well, we're halfway there right now. To me, I think that's a tragedy. I think this whole thing is a tragedy. And for one, I will not be negative influenced by any stories coming about Zion Williamson and this event, because we're talking kids Put an ice cream cone in front of a 5-year-old kid and tell them they're on a diet and see what they do. The analogy fits. This is Dave Hodges. You've been listening to Hodgeball. I'm really glad you could join us. We're also brought to you by Healthmasters, the very best in health maintenance, acute and chronic conditions, and yours true has benefited greatly from this. Find out more by going to healthmasters.com and use the coupon code 5 to take 5% off. Thanks again for joining us. Please subscribe if you're here, and also give us a good thumbs up. We truly do appreciate you guys.